Darwin's theory is a theory. Part of the theory that we have a problem with as Muslims is that everything evolved and there was this just master evolutionary process, and there was no creation. Okay, that's the part of the theory that we have a problem with. Although interestingly, Darwin himself never proposed that there is no creation. Darwin himself never proposed that there is no creation. He proposed the evolution part, but he did not propose the non-creation. Later on, scientists, they took that as an anti-creation theory. When Darwin says that things evolved, our problem with that is if that were that's the case, why do we not see any evolution happening today? It's a process, they say, that's taken billions of years, correct? Billions of years. It took billions of years for monkeys to become human beings, for example. For dolphins to become into whales to start walking on the land, correct? Because life apparently originated in the sea, apparently. If that is the case, who hit the stop button to this process? It's a process, which means it has to continue. It's a process that's been ongoing for billions of years. So why do I not see a monkey today turn into a human being? Why do I not see a whale walking on the land? Why do we not? And so on and so forth. What stopped the process? No answer. 2, there is a very famous professor by the name of Michael Behe. You have your phone with you? Yeah, you can look it up. Yeah, Michael Behe, B-E-H-E, from Lehigh University in the United States. He's a biochemist. He wrote a book. He's a professor. He's like, a biochemist purely. He's got nothing to do with religion. He wrote a book called The Black Box of Darwin, Evolution. The Black Box of Darwin. There is some black box here. As a biochemist himself, he said, I cannot believe what Darwin is proposing. Evolution does not make sense. Because how can you have this machinery which are found within the cells? If you look at the cells of a bacteria, leave alone the human being, a bacterium which only has one cell. All the machines that exist within that cell, so well aligned, how could they have all come from coincidence? He could not accept that as a scientist. Then there is another scientist by the name of Jonathan Wells. He's got another book called Jonathan Wells, W-E-L-L-S. The Icons of Evolution, Science or Myth? The Icons of Evolution, Science or Myth? One of the issues that Jonathan Wells has against the evolution theory is he says, if we go with evolution, it means there was a time in history, billions of years ago, when there was no life in existence, right? So let's call it time zero. Okay, in time zero, there was no life, correct? Then after time zero, for something happened, whatever happened, life came into existence. Okay. This means this life that came into existence at time, let's call it time A. In time A, there is only one species, one kind of life. One kind of life is now in existence. Okay? Right? Are you with me? Now, after some millions of years, billions of years, evolution happened. Now another species evolves from species A. Now you should have species A and species what? B. Species A and B. Billions of years later, another evolution happens. Now you have A, B, and C. And so on and so forth. This means I should have a chronological order. You know chronological? Chronological means time. If I go back in time, there has to be a time, which we call the time zero, when there is nothing. Then there was a time when there is only A, For billions of years, only A. Now, for billions of years, only A and B existed. Then for billions of years, there is A, B, and C existed. See what I'm saying? So if we go, there should be kind of a ladder. There has to be a ladder, a time ladder of the existence of species. But he says that's not what evidence shows. Scientific evidence don't show this. Scientific evidence suggests that all the species coexisted, which means that theory does not hold. Because otherwise, we would have seen that kind of trends of evolution. There has to be an era in history where there were no humans, zero human beings, and all of a sudden human came into existence. Okay. Well, we don't have such a era where there is absolutely no human and then human came into existence from nothing. We say there was a creation. Allah created human, sent him down to earth. Did not evolve. Did not evolve. So what we're saying is, with Darwin's theory, he talks about the theory of survival of the fittest, for example. And that, we don't have a problem with that. You know, that theory, I mean, it's got nothing to do against Islam. Survival of the fittest, the natural selection theory. Again, that theory, we don't have a problem with that theory. Okay. Our main issue is the theory, his proposal that maybe life came into existence, you know, from a process of a natural ancestry. You know, that is what we have a problem with. That there was a natural ancestor. That we disagree with. There is no one common ancestor. There is one common creator. One common creator. And that's why Michael Behe introduced what he called the intelligent design theory. There is an intelligent designer who designed this universe. Now he calls him intelligent designer, we call him Allah.